It's a trap, you walked right into the hate. All over a new king that's face is just replaced. It's all the same, you still be ruled by force. And no matter who it is, they'll still carry on the torch. Just a lie, cheat, and steal half of what you make. Taxation is steps, it's time to vacate the state. Newsflash, all your cash is an IOU. From killers who really do steal from you. Inflation is a weapon used by every nation who says that they're saving the world through lies. That they disguise and pass off as bravery. Well, I got news, debt is slavery. It don't matter who's madder, a new master don't matter. When they both want the same, the state don't play no games. They got you trying to survive and put you on sides and ready to kill each other. That's conquer and divide. It's all for show, or for hyper control.
Such a fucking ate too much food, boy.
And we're back with another episode of Bones and Tubs. We're here with you on this Friday night to give you everything you want to hear and more.
Uncomfortable gastrointestinal noises.
Yes, we indulged in food from the Far East.
Yeah.
In the land that the people from around here called China.
Very specific.
From China food. You know.
We
that
should get our fucking buffets back.
That
real.
egg roll hitter. You know, that General Tso hitter.
Yeah.
That lo mein hitter.
Fried shrimp hitter.
Crab rangoon hitter.
Egg drop questionable consistency hitter.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. I can't deal with the egg drop soup. There's something about it that... Something in my primordial brain tells me that the consistency alone is enough for me not to eat it, you know?
Yeah, I just think about it being eggs.
Yeah.
And eggs are protein.
I don't know.
I went to the gym today, so that's
well,
good.
see, that's the thing, though. Like, when I eat eggs, you know, I cook them. And it has a consistency of a raw egg.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But no, this is the Bones and Tubs podcast. We, you know, shoot the shit. We talk about a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We're mostly...
We haven't had a lighthearted one in a little while.
Mostly call ourselves Conspiracy Podcast. You know, that's more or less where we go.
Low to medium hanging fruit comedians.
Yeah.
And the topics of life.
I don't like to say, nah, you know what? Fuck that. We ain't low hanging fruit comedians.
Sometimes I like to punch the low fruit.
No. Well, yeah, but I feel like for the most part, though, we're climbing the fuck out of that tree, man.
Yeah, we're doing so well that other shows, never mind.
The sweetest fruit is at the top of the tree.
To think it's that fruit from Tree of Might.
I don't know if that's actually true.
What?
That the sweetest fruit's at the top of the tree. I don't
Blacker the berry, sweeter the juice.
I've heard that before. I know that's right.
That's right.
We're here with you guys, and before we get started, just basically shooting the shit for the next 50 minutes or so. We get all the business out of the way. I'd like to thank JMY5.
JMY5 Internet Studios on Instagram.
He makes our episode covers every week.
Delicious JMY5 Internet Studio art.
For free, mind you.
Yeah, just for this simple shout out and our growing partnership. We're going to be doing limited test runs of t-shirts after we do a video call and get our lives together.
I am so excited about that because the artwork he does, like, if we get that video call off the ground and, like, kind of like snowball... Is that spitball?
Yeah, snowball is something different.
Yes. Spitball some ideas, you know? Mm-hmm. Back and forth about, like...
I don't think you spit with a snowball. I'm sorry.
Let's
see, that low hanging shit.
Can we just say mental handball?
Yeah, psychic
handball?
Yeah, palavar even.
Yeah, we must palavar with him because I want to create design... Like, he does our episode covers, but I feel like there's a couple designs he could do for t-shirts that mesh the two worlds together. Like, you know, if someone wanted an episode cover on a shirt, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's more we can come up with. Like, and my first thing was I want to be able to get people thinking when they look at your t-shirt, right?
Yeah.
Like, not only to be like a statement or something, a question, right? Mm-hmm. Along with something that ties it to Bones and Tubs. So they're like, well, maybe Bones and Tubs can answer these questions for us.
Right.
That's what I think anyways.
I can dig it.
I mean, that's the way I look at it anyways.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I would like to give him some ideas and just see what he does with them, because normally he's ever exceedingly fire.
Yeah.
Like last week's episode of the Marx transhumanist robot thing.
The robot Marx.
That was cool.
That's goddamn terrifying if you ask me.
The Ouija board.
Yeah, the Ouija board one was
a good
one of my favorites, yeah. But that and more. We also like to thank Blood the Brave for letting us use his music on the show.
Yes, Blood of the Brave on Instagram.
You disturbed the lament sphere.
I saw that. The Blood of the Brave, a.k.a. Kyle Reese, on Twitter and on Facebook. bloodofthebrave.com and on Bandcamp.
We like that. I'd like to spend a special thank you to people that get in touch with us on Instagram.
Yeah.
I actually started making contact. You may not know it. Chances are, if you talk to one of us on there, it's probably Bones. But I actually started talking to people on there. So some of you out there probably got some comments from me.
I saw you doing it the other day because I was getting on there, and I saw one from someone. I forget who it was. And I went to answer it, and it was already answered. And I was like, very, very nice.
You got to understand, like, most people that know me, I'm a man of few words until you sit. I'm a very, like, I don't like talking in a big group of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm more of a tete-a-tete kind of person.
Right.
Because I don't know what it is. I think it's always been, like, I have a very easily distracted mind.
Squirrel.
So if there's more than, there's multiple conversations going on at the same time, it's overloading. So that's why I prefer, like, one-on-ones.
Yeah.
You know, like, yesterday I had a nice one-on-one with the star of the YouTube channel, I'm Starving Bitch.
Yeah.
Me and him had a wonderful, like, one of those palavars, like in the Gunslinger, right, where it just spanned eons of time and space.
Took as long as it takes.
And you know, that's funny, that was mentioned in our conversation too. It covered it covered a lot of topics.
Yeah.
Right. It spanned time and space. We were talking about some serious shit. And it was one of those moments where I think it was like, it was serendipitous because his ears were open to the stuff I was throwing out there. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's the thing about me. I'm very apprehensive. I don't usually throw shit like out there, but if I feel like somebody's being receptive.
Yeah. The ears is open.
If their ears are open, and when I don't say your ears, I mean your mind ears.
Your third ear.
Your third ear. Yeah. Yeah, other hole in your head.
Yeah. Was it like the Gunslinger in the way that he rolled you a funny cigarette and then you saw the universe?
Yeah, it turned all us around us. And then when I was done, he was a skeleton.
Man, I hope he kept his jawbone.
I did. Because I knew I was going to need it later.
I also hope he has a sweet vacation trip this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a regular listener, but I'm going to go ahead and preemptively say congratulations, sir.
Congratulations on your trip.
Yes. I hope you had fun in West Virginia and did not have an encounter with the Mothman.
No, that's terrifying. Or the Wendigo.
Fuck a Wendigo.
Yeah.
I'll say that right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
We have proven that you say things with the cleanest accent because we don't have one. So,
yeah. Well, Midwesterners have the flattest accent you'll find anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you think about it. Anywhere else, it's. I mean, there is no true form of English anymore.
Right.
Don't tell me it's that British shit.
No.
They don't even pronounce H.
We had some.
For fuck's sake.
Some English fellow on Instagram. I don't know if he was trying to be cheeky or not, but I kind of slighted him a bit. I posted that thing on Instagram about the arrest of the Australian mother. Mm-hmm. The cops came in her house and arrested her for a post that she made on social media about, you know, COVID being ridiculous.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm glad I live in Britain. I'm like, you don't have guns either, dog.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
It's a matter of time before you get stabbed up by a migrant or
it's like I told you the other morning.
Beat up by a fucking checkerboard wearing douchebag.
We were talking about that, and I was like, these countries, I was like, they're fucked.
Yeah.
I was like, don't get me wrong, like, there's some dumb motherfuckers out there, right, that say dumb shit. But the problem is like, they arrest motherfuckers for saying dumb shit over there.
Making a dog do a Hitler salute.
Yeah, I was talking about Count Dankula. And how he had been arrested for, in jest, training his dog to do the Hail Hitler sign. Jesus. Which, if anybody knew him before that, you knew he was a troll, and he was just trying to elicit emotion from people.
Doing what troll does.
But he got arrested for that. And you see that a lot over there.
What happened to, what was that dude's name? Tommy Robinson?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
It was Tommy something.
Tommy Robinson.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why the last name feels funny to me. Whatever happened to him? He's still in prison?
No, he got out.
He just got banned on all the platforms.
Oh yeah, he's like
Milo. You can't find him anywhere.
Yeah, he's been past shadow ban, because at least with shadow ban you could still seek them out. They've been fucking completely, as the kids say, deplatformed.
Yeah, deplatted, perhaps.
Like all the way. I mean, they make it so hard they can't even like things like Patreon and GoFundMe's and things of that nature that they try to set up. They just fucking like Milo had that book, right? Mm-hmm. And they fucking scrubbed that off the record.
That's so crazy to me that he's even a part of the cancel culture. They call him a Nazi, and dude is a homosexual that only fucks black dudes.
Yeah, that's the world we live in now.
Clown world.
Yeah,
I can't remember if it was the Gnostics or who it was, but that someone believes. I just started diving down the newest Tinfoil Hat podcast with Sam Tripoli about how Jesus was a shapeshifter sent here to fight the Archons. He's like a real life Neo.
Who said this?
I don't know, some guy. But it's just the idea that perhaps Jesus was a someone fighting for control over the Archon machine in this matrix that we live in. And he was talking about maybe this isn't a prison planet so much as it's the highest level of hell,
like limbo. Yeah. Well, it's like I was talking to I'm Starving Bitch, right? And I was explaining to him, people who are into the Anunnaki thing, that they more or less believe that this is not real, which we've talked about that before.
It's not real.
That it's a simulation.
Yeah.
And it's a simulation to determine whether or not you're ready to graduate to the next level.
Yeah.
Because
meet the galactic family.
Well, exactly. That you have entered a level where you can enter the galactic realm, and you're not some wild animal.
Yeah.
We're basically in a zoo, and we have to play nice, or we just get sent back in time and time again.
Yeah. Just the fact that while you were talking, had a thought about creating a cult called the Galactic Family is probably proof that I won't be going.
I mean, it's hard to say.
I have to do one more repeat.
I think you have empathy.
I do, yeah.
And I was trying to explain to him that I think that's really what a lot of it boils down to is proving that because I was like, think about it. I was like, if we're really pan-dimensional beings, but we're trapped inside of these simulated meat vehicles,
meat mechs,
then we would be able to communicate with each other without language or no barrier. Right, there'd be no barrier between me and you right now. We'd be able to share each other's thoughts without really
no filter,
no exertion of energy at which to do it, or a thought process to do it in. You would feel me instantaneously, right?
They were gonna say, "Feel me inside you," and I got uncomfortable, nervous.
But because we don't have that, we have to prove that we can still be that way, even though we can't feel each other's emotions all the time.
So how does all that tie into that CIA leak that we were talking about before we started recording?
The notion that they're saying that there's like a multiverse,
multiple layers, psychic events or tears in the cosmic fabric.
Yeah.
Just the fact alone that they released that, or they even did it, was fucking mind-blowing.
Well, the thing...
Was it called anything? Was it... They have had so many drops as of late, I can't remember. Doesn't help that I just ate an entire village.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, so that's basically what I got from that one is that when they say multiverse, what they're saying is that we're living in multiple universes at the same time.
Yeah.
Like we are the embodiment of all of those different universes come together.
How do you think they came up with that? Do you think it was all those drug experiments they did?
It's quite possible.
Torture, probably too.
They did a lot of LSD back then.
You know what we should do? We should get some LSD and take it to a random city in Indiana and dump it in the water tower.
But
Not tell anybody.
Hear me out real quick. What if at one point in time, let's apply this to like Dark Tower rules, right? Mm-hmm. Where there is a multiverse and they're all connected, right?
Yeah.
And there's a keystone.
I feel like we slipped off the keystone.
Well, and that's what I'm getting at is, what if we were part of the Keystone at one point in time, and then we're the rendition of us that slipped off the Keystone.
All these satanic pedophiles are trying to break the beam.
I mean, it's possible. I'm not saying it's not. But what if we slipped off the Keystone, and we're just one facet of...
Stephen King is a prophet.
Yeah.
It just came to me. Remember, they took that shit from the kids. Their adrenochrome to feed the psychics who were breaking the beam.
Yeah. Like, think about it like this. What if, like, we are just, like, the things we do on a daily basis are just one possible rendition of what could be happening on the Keystone version of us.
Mm-hmm.
Right? From time to time, it hits. And we do, and
yeah.
we do kind of, like, shift back into, like, that mode, and then we shift back off again.
Mm-hmm.
For just like an instantaneous moment. So there is an infinite amount of me's doing virtually probably the same thing right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's like a finite curve to it where eventually you get to a point where we're still like chimps and we're just talking in the pine cones right now. And there's like, instead, you know, since we're just chimps, there's like other chimps like sitting around. It's like,
yeah.
You know,
I have a coconut filled with fermented fruit. Big, scary chimp smile. We don't bare our teeth from happiness. We bare them out of aggression.
Exactly.
In the, whatever our monkey version will be called.
Yeah. But I mean, think about it. Like, I'm going like this. And imagine, like, infinite mirrors on both sides of me doing the same exact thing.
One of those hands has nail polish on it.
Exactly.
It's like that.
Right?
You saw the Jet Li movie. The one?
Yeah. And think of it like a constant mathematical algorithm where even if there is infinite mirrors and I'm waving my arm back and forth like this, some of them, they're not all in sync, right?
Yeah, right.
Like there's different variables that have to be accounted for.
Infinitely different.
And it's like reality is the compounding of all of those together, like to formulate one equation.
It's heavy shit.
I kind of lost myself there for a moment.
Imagine we die and we go back to some Akashic record where it's all been laid out. We review it, and then we choose which one we want to go back into. We're like, man, you believe we got bored in that last one we were in? The world was ran by satanic pedophiles. That's so fucking crazy.
There was this movie. I don't know. I think it was on Netflix a couple of years ago. It's probably still on there because it was like a Netflix movie about, the premise was it's a few years in the future, and this scientist discovers that there's an afterlife. He somehow manages to capture, after someone dies, like, they're still, like, not in their brain, but there's, like, waves still going on around that person.
Yeah.
And those waves are manifesting, like, some sort of different reality.
Yeah.
Right? And his discovery of the afterlife actually causes a huge, like, wave of people committing suicide.
Oh yeah, you talked to me about it, but I never watched it.
I wish I could. Honestly, I wish I could remember that. I could probably look it up.
What was that experiment we talked about? God, I need a new keyboard. My fingers are too fat to type on this one.
Okay, so the movie was called The Discovery, right?
Yeah.
Spoiler before I finish it. Basically, what you find out is that when you die, you don't actually. There's like he assumed it was like heaven, right? But it's actually not heaven. It's you die and you go back to the spot in your life where you fucked up.
Yeah.
And it's your chance to rewrite it and redo it.
Fix it up.
So you basically, for time, and that's the thing, they don't know what happens if you finally finish it and you did everything you were supposed to do, right? In the right sequence. But they do know that, like, so, like, you go back and it gives you another shot and you could live your entire life and then die and go back to that moment where you fucked up. But you don't remember that. You don't remember fucking up.
So you have an opportunity to change it, though.
Exactly. You're given the opportunity to change it again.
This guy, speaking of scientists that prove an afterlife or whatever, called the 21 grams experiment. We talked about that a long time ago.
Yeah.
The Scientist Duncan McDougall. Many people like to believe the idea of a soul, blah, 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 empirical world data. 1907, he would weigh these people who were about to die, and they lost 21 grams every time someone died. Of course, Snub says it's not false, but a mixture of truth and fact. But just that alone should tell you it's true, because fuck Snubs. But yeah, I don't know.
Even then, like, how can you can't completely discount the notion that there is something after, because you don't know. You can completely say, oh, there's nothing. You still don't know. It's an unknown variable.
Yeah. Just the fact that that's a thing that might happen. I don't know. You talked at nauseum about our lack of trust with the material atheists. People that have a vested interest in thinking this is all just some random fucking...
That we really are just a meat mech.
Yeah. But that completely... It's already been disproven with the whole... everything vibrates. The whole equation of it all with the Fibonacci sequence.
Yeah. Well, fuck that. Yeah, and it's like I was explaining to... but I was explaining that to the Viking how...
Or Voden.
Voden? Okay. I was talking to Voden about it, right?
Yeah.
And I was explaining to him that... I just lost my train of thought. Hold on.
Afterlife.
I was explaining to him that how before I had found the Kybalion, I wasn't a material atheist by any means, but I was more just an agnostic.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't tell you one way or the other. But then I was explaining to them how the Kybalion brought me back, because here you are. I lay before you 7 laws.
Yeah.
Unbreakable.
Immutable.
Bendable, but unbreakable.
Right.
That exist. And because they exist, if it was just chaos...
Couldn't have laws.
And there wasn't some grand equation to the universe, then there wouldn't be those laws. And you could break those laws. But you can't break those laws. Everybody out there who hasn't listened to the show before, if you want, or should.
Can we read the whole Kybalion?
Yes, we did do an episode on the Kybalion.
Yeah, check that out.
All 7 laws. I think we went through all of them, talked about it.
Yeah.
Ad nauseum. We mention it all the time.
It's a really good book.
It's a good first stepping stone into that kind of mental sphere.
It's also the very basic principles of every religion. They just added control to it.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, means of control. That's obvious. They needed
pretty
those
important,
things.
yeah.
I mean,
for tyrants.
How else were they going to keep control of us?
Well,
make us do their bidding and pay them exorbitant amounts of money to do virtually nothing.
Why is it that I have to live in the ghetto and the preacher drives a nice car? Don't ask no questions.
Yeah.
Don't be a menace while drinking juice in South Central LA.
I get it. But that's just the way things are.
In this reality, yeah. There was a guy at the gym today that looked disturbingly like Joel Osteen.
Yeah?
I didn't like that.
It's too clean cut for you?
I mean, he had the same facial structure, teeth. He was very full of himself.
Did he give you those House of Air kind of eyes?
No, he didn't. Google House of Air video. Try and find the one on Live Leak. Ew.
Did you show that to...
No, I'm going to do that right now.
Battle Bun?
I'll be sending that out here in a moment. Recommend everyone check out House of Air. It's it'll help you, push your limits. Jesus. I don't want to see the edited one, though. That's right. I think they just put it on a website now. It's a jamming beat, for real.
Mm-hmm.
God, that's not edited. Sheesh. I'm just going to put in the group chat. Fuck them. Fuck it all. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. How do you feel, I don't want to take it back to our regular wheelhouse topic, but there was a comment or a conversation I kept having over and over again this week. Everybody wants to come to me and seek me out for my opinion on various things.
Uh-huh.
Pizzagate and all that. Just get tired of talking about it. Because it's real, and I'm not sure it's going away. What do you think we're at? Because, I mean, we've been talking at least in our own little sphere of control, or the control around us, like forced COVID testing weekly, Ohio Department of Health working with FEMA to set up relocation centers, possibility of a forced vaccine. Like, have we really bend any curves, or are we all just full steam ahead on the too real system to this one world fuck show?
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. The longer I go down this road, the more I find myself to be a bit of a pessimist. I don't think we're gonna win.
Not with that kind of attitude.
Well, yeah, you're right. Not with that kind of attitude, but I mean, you got to be a realist.
I think that if the violence would just start, it would be swift.
Well, and that's the thing.
Everybody's afraid to be the first boy.
Yeah. Well, let me not to shift gears real quick, but I did want to bring this up. So we talked last week about Kyle Rittenhouse, right?
Yeah.
And his situation.
Mm-hmm.
So then a few days later, a member of Antifa shot an individual in Portland, and
someone who was not a threat to him.
And he went into hiding, and then I guess just yesterday he was shot in a police standoff.
Yeah. Now,
the question I'd postulate to anybody that says that Kyle wasn't acting in self-defense is, if an individual really was in the wrong, wouldn't they do what the Antifa dude did?
Was it suicide or suicide by cop? Or...
Suicide by cop. They shot him. He was firing at them with some sort of gun.
Oh, well, he deserved it, right? And is that the narrative?
Well, see, that's the thing, though, is how can you say that? Like, my logic with this is Kyle turned himself in willfully.
Yeah.
Called the cops himself.
Walked up to him with his gun down and hands up.
As far as I'm concerned, a guilty man normally doesn't do that.
Right. He felt justified.
Yeah. I mean, at least in his eyes, he's justified in what he did.
I heard a crazy theory about this.
What's that?
That you remember how we've talked before about some people being NPCs? Mm-hmm. They're not actual people. They just repeat a script. Mm-hmm. Very Westworld.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, "This all the shit that's going on is like the Matrix just activates these non-player characters to do things to get everybody stirred up. Mm-hmm. Like everybody should hate pedophiles."
Yeah.
Then you have this left versus right thing going on. Kyle Rittenhouse shoots a pedophile, kills him. People are trying to defend that dude.
Yeah.
So that only agitates both sides.
Yeah.
It's like all these things are happening that seem to be organic because you can't tie it to any trace other than the fact they just woke up that day and decided to fuck up in one way or another.
Yeah.
Or even the George Floyd thing.
Well, the thing about, like, and it's like the most recent one that actually started the Kyle Rittenhouse thing was about Jacob Blake.
Yeah.
And the thing about Jacob Blake is like, I'm not saying the cops should have shot him in the back 7 times. No. But let's put this in context real quick. This guy had a restraining order on him from a victim that he had supposedly raped. And he went over to the victim's house, and the police were called because he went to the victim's house.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep that in context here. I'm not saying he deserved to be shot in the back 7 fucking times. But when you get, like, celebrities and athletes putting his fucking name on your shirt, like...
It's gross.
You're putting a rapist's name on your shirt.
Yeah. How you feel proud now?
Yeah. Like George Floyd, a little different. Motherfucker tried to pass a fucking counterfeit bill.
He was
like
a porn star too. I mean, shout out porn star.
Well, that's not a bad thing though.
I just meant he had street cred.
Yeah. I mean, all he did was try to pass a counterfeit bill.
Yeah.
And he was killed. Yeah, and there's plenty of others who really didn't like. But let's put in the context. This dude was a rapist.
Yeah.
Don't put him on a pedestal. He doesn't deserve it. I mean, cops deserve to see justice just like anybody else would in a situation like that. But
was that pedophile that he shot the one that tried to incite him and shoot him earlier in the interview or the video where he's like, "Shoot me"?
Yes.
White guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so gross.
Yeah, that was him. Well, he did.
When did that become okay though?
Well, for white people to say that word?
I only started hearing that a couple years ago in the factory. And it just made me...
Well, you know me. I don't say it.
No, I know that. But, I mean, it seems like that's the thing to do now. All these kids.
Yeah. You know.
All these miscreants.
I mean, I guess I would like to live in a world where words like that lose their true meaning.
Yeah.
You know, and people could say it without repercussions, I guess, but unfortunately, that's a mighty sore spot for a lot of people.
Yeah, rightfully so. Mostly right nowadays, it seems like mostly white people.
Well, I'm pretty sure that most African Americans probably don't like hearing that shit either, though.
No, I get it, but I mean, I'm just talking about.
I mean, at least coming from a white person.
Just talking about the Black Lives Matter crowd, mostly white.
Yeah.
It's just Matrix race baiting. I'm to the point now where I'm pretty sure they've designated it like a anti-statist, some sort of. I'm in some sort of terrorist database because I question the reality of it all.
Yeah.
To a point where I'm wondering if these NPCs really aren't being activated by the mainframe in order to incite us all into violence.
It's possible. Not improbable.
We've all talked to Freddie Brown. You know, that dude's not real.
He is like he's like one of those dialogue wheels.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta pick a branch off from it.
Weren't you in there one day in the office county when I hit him with some off-the-wall shit? Didn't even make any sense. And he just looked at me for a second, and then he continued on with the story that he always tells.
Yeah. He's the one who started, like, I to this day believe we came up with NPC.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We definitely talked about it
in
before.
the sense that it was like a real thing. Like, there were people who were just NPCs.
Not real.
Like, I don't know if the thing is, we might have, like, just talked about it in person and didn't put it on the show ever.
I feel like we did.
But I swear, I would say we predated it by at least, I'd say 3 or 4 months.
Bones and Tubs, trendsetters.
And then it just, like, started coming up everywhere, and you had the meme and all that stuff. And it's like, because I was explaining that he was the one. I was like, he's like, you have a conversation wheel with him.
Yeah.
Or a dialogue wheel. And these are the things you could pick from. And he wasn't the first one. There's other people that were like that, as far as I'm concerned, before that were like, you can only talk about 3 things with this motherfucker.
There's quite a few of them in that place.
3 things that he likes.
Yeah.
It's not things that you like, necessarily. 3 motherfucking things
you
he
like
likes.
are also things he likes.
Yeah. And then you might be able to actually have a conversation with him.
Let's toast to the woman in the white shoes. Isn't that what he said? That fucking really old robot. Westworld. The guy that was downstairs, like, super clunky, drinking.
Oh, yeah.
Let's drink to the woman in the red shoes. We've entered a point where I don't know if they're charging up for the next cycle, but the news is very lame this week.
Yeah, there isn't much talking about supposedly Trump calling Marines losers or something like that.
Who gives a fuck? Sorry.
Yeah, it's not me. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I saw a TikTok earlier. They're starting this really interesting political campaign tactic where they're I'm assuming it's something they're doing, or maybe it's just a cult worshiper following of Trump, but they posted an interview. I don't even know who he's talking to. The guy's like, I got one question for you. I've been waiting to ask this for a really long time. Trump's like, here we go. It smells like a trap. He's like, no, I just want to know if it's true. He's like, back in whatever, 80s or 90s, you were riding around in your limo going from New York to Atlantic City, and it broke down. And this guy and his wife saw you. Your limo at least stopped and broke down, and he stopped to help you. And then a couple weeks later, he received the deed to his house paid in full. Is that true? Trump's like, it's true.
Huh. Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, random acts of kindness, like, you're so goddamn rich, though, man. Like,
yeah. Makes me want to be put in a situation where I could, like, get paid.
But the thing is like, I don't know, man. I mean, it's nice. It's nice. He did a nice thing.
Yeah, let's not worship him over it, though.
Yeah, but and that's the thing. Like, he's really, really, really rich. Paying off that dude's house
probably wasn't shit.
Was probably a
tax write-off.
Yeah, it was pittance to him. Yeah. He's like, fuck this shit. Here you go.
Poor motherfucker.
Oh, you owe you owe $50,000 on that.
I made that in the last 13 seconds while I thought of this.
It's what I pay my driver every year.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. I mean, like I said, you said the news cycle. The reason why we really didn't have a topic is the news cycle has been fucking lame. Yeah. I mean, one of the biggest things you have is fucking Nancy Pelosi went to a fucking beauty salon without a mask on.
Who gives a fuck about these motherfuckers? I like the whole Sell Your Kings thing on JNY5 Internet Studios page.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what he means by it, but I take a very violent meaning from it.
But the thing is like,
just in my head.
Who cares, really? Like, we know already that these motherfuckers are of that mentality of good enough for thee, but not for me, right? Mm-hmm. Where the rest of us have to fucking wear our masks and fucking do as you're told and, you know, be good little sheep. You could do whatever the fuck you want. We knew that already. Why is this a big deal? These motherfuckers have been living like this their entire fucking lives. Fucking, you look at Dr. Fauci got to go to a goddamn baseball game and sit there without his fucking mask on with his family. Alone.
Yeah.
Like, don't...
Oh, I will repeat that story I saw the other night at Mac and Joe's. Mm-hmm. We talked before about how ridiculous it was because I was at Wings, etc. up here. And just like browsing the TVs while I ate my wings.
Yeah.
And they had the virtual NASCAR race in an empty digital studio. Like, they couldn't even put people in the stands digitally. It was just an empty video game. Well, This last week I saw the same thing, but it was like WWE or some shit. These guys are wrestling, playing up to the crowd, and you see all these people jumping up and down in the crowd. And then you realize it's just TVs in the crowd.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time with it all.
Huh.
The programmers of this game are getting lazy.
Yeah. 2 anti-government extremist Boogaloo boys are charged with attempting team up with Hamas and plot to blow up courthouse and assassinate white supremacists and U.S. senators.
Guess who I don't believe? The author of that news story.
It has me intrigued, though.
Yeah.
I don't understand how Book Boys would get up with...
I don't think they would.
With Hamas.
I also don't think they would do anything that was suggested.
I mean, them teaming up with Black Lives Matter makes more sense than teaming up with Hamas.
Looks like Boog's back on the menu, boys. I know, it's crazy. What is today? The 4th? We're already a quarter.
It's the 4th.
Going up there and hitting almost, 10 days away from the halfway point of the month. This month was supposed to be live.
You may read this article.
Sure.
2 self-described supporters of the anti-government Boogaloo movement have been arrested and charged with attempting to provide material support to Hamas in a bizarre alleged plot to bomb a county courthouse and assassinate white supremacists and national politicians. Michael Robert Solomon, 30, and Benjamin Ryan Teeter, 22, were arrested on Thursday in Minnesota on federal charges of attempting to provide material support to a designated foreign terrorist organization.
So it's fine when they do it with tax dollars, the government, but it's not fine for Book Boys.
The Boogaloo movement is a loosely organized network of anti-government extremists who advocate the violent overthrow of the U.S. government and predict and hope for an impending civil war, which they refer to as Civil War II Electric Boogaloo, a reference to the title of the 1984 sequel to the film Breakin'. Or you could just literally put something 2 Electric Boogaloo and it all just sounds so great together.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that's a hit piece.
And if you didn't know this already, Hamas is a Palestinian Sunni Islamic fundamentalist militant group.
Truly don't. I just don't see the Book Boys vibing with that.
I mean...
You know those hit pieces, like...
I mean, the only thing I can see is, like... Maybe these 2... I mean, Hamas doesn't like the United States.
True. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly. That's the only way I can see that working. Is like, we make strange bedfellows, coming together, Book Boys and Hamas.
A strange marriage.
Yeah, next you're going to be telling me the Book Boys are tying up with Al-Qaeda and ISIS.
Yeah. Fuck. This is clown world. I guess anything's possible.
Mom's horror after her 8-year-old daughter's image is stolen and turned into a child sex doll on Amazon for $559 as Olivia Smart calls for the sick toys to be banned.
Goddamn.
Wait a minute. They sell child sex dolls on fucking Amazon?
I don't think so.
It's according to this article they do.
Let me check.
I doubt you're going to be... It's probably like some Wayfair shit. Like, you can't just punch in fucking child sex doll.
We're not going to type that. We'll type in sex doll, though. Sex doll. Sexy dolly for men, real life size. Sexy dolly for woman. Sexy dolly's man cheap. Sexy dolly for men. Yeah. Well, I'll be damned.
The mother, who wished to be identified only as Terry, was left horrified last month when she came across pictures of an advertisement for a child sex doll that resembled her 8-year-old daughter, Kat. What the fuck is that?
It's a man's torso penis doll, 3D realistic full-size XE dolly for women with flexible penis flesh. I feel like Amazon got bought by Wish.
You know what's funny is I was going to write, I can't even write it anymore because it's not even fiction anymore. I was going to write a short story.
You waited too long.
Yeah, I waited too long about like there being well, it's still not happened yet, but there being a program where pedophiles can buy child sex dolls from the government in order to fucking fulfill their bloodlust.
It's crazy. I did not know there was such a fucking strange call for sex dolls on Amazon.
I want to know how.
Learn something new every day.
I want to know how she saw an advertisement for this motherfucker.
Shopping for child sex dolls and found her daughter.
Like I know, like Facebook overhears what you're talking about.
Yeah, what are you talking about in there, Brenda?
Fuck! Now that we're talking about it, I'll probably see advertisements for it now. Jesus Christ! You know, I think I figured out our business model. You ready?
Yeah, hit me.
All right, so we advertise that we sell child sex dolls, right? And then when somebody orders one, you know, of course, they send us their mailing address.
What do you think the very last statement is we make before the guys that listen to us are like, get them? Like, they did it. They've got the warrant on the desk already.
Listen, guys. Hey, you know what? That I'm not even going to TM that because you know what? I'm opening that patent up to anybody listening to the show. If you take it upon yourself to put together a fake company that sells child sex dolls, and then you inadvertently just get pedophiles fucking mailing addresses and then go to their homes and I don't leave in the blank. This is a Mad Libs, you know?
Have I ever described hypothetically my perfect crime on the show? I know I've talked to you about it in probably an infinite amount of times. But it's off that. It's based off the premise of To Catch a Predator. And Tubbs and myself, hypothetically, would allegedly set up a sting with a pedophile. And, you know, they'll bring anything that the kid wants. Because we've seen that over and over again. Like Smirnoff, banana-flavored condoms, Twizzlers.
I feel they also bring things that they probably don't want, like rope.
Yeah, rope.
Yeah.
Duct tape.
A gun.
Yeah. But just let them know that, like, you really... You kind of got this way because you really were attracted to your uncle or whatever, Uncle Rick, as a kid, and he always wore a lot of gold. He always had a lot of money, and you just want to kind of relive that fantasy. Yeah. Dude comes into the house, or maybe Fort Sinclair up here. Yeah. You know? And then instead of a 16-year-old, 14-year-old girl, he meets two 33-year-old men that are ready to beat that ass and rob him. And then send him on his way with knowledge that if he ever went to the police, we'd show him the chat logs. Yeah. That's all hypothetical.
Hey, yeah, none of this has ever happened or will happen.
No.
But the thing is, I mean, they couldn't go to the police.
I mean, you do have those one motherfuckers like call the cops like, "Who stole my weed?" Like, you're a dumb motherfucker. Yeah, you know that.
Well, at least then it's like mutually assured destruction.
Yeah,
you're going to jail too, motherfucker.
Right.
Like, I love that people, like, I know Chris Hansen doesn't do the show anymore for whatever reason.
Didn't he get in trouble?
He might have got, not for child shit.
It was some fuck shit,
It's like tax evasion or something.
All right, I'm Chris Hansen, and I want you to come to you for your financial support.
But I love that people on TikTok are doing the good work. I've seen multiple TikToks.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of like, that's the reason, like, I don't think this app should go away because people are doing that work on there.
There's a lot of deep work going on TikTok.
Listen, I like you.
CIA declassifies fucking pedophile harassment.
There was this deep vein I found the other day about this little girl in Texas who, like, her dad would just record her every time he had to drop her off at her mom's house, and she would cry and scream like, "I don't want to go, I don't want to go," and the thing is, the courts demanded it. Right? It was part of the court order. She had to go to see her mother. And the reason, she told him, her boyfriend does things to me that makes me feel uncomfortable. Yeah. It's like that. And the courts apparently just like to sit on their hands about it and not do anything. Yeah, deep veins like that. I went through like fucking 10 videos of that shit, and it is tragic. Absolutely fucking tragic.
I don't want to shit talk that father, but let me play devil's advocate here for a moment. You're not going to allow that to happen, right?
No.
Regardless of a court order.
No.
Do you think maybe he could do anything other than make a TikTok video about it?
Well, actually, I don't think it's him making the TikToks. It's like his girlfriend or something who makes the videos.
Okay.
Like, you gotta understand, they're literally like, they're not doing anything. She's in the car, and like her like grandma from her mother's side is like dragging her out of the car. Like, why are you acting like this? Don't act like this.
That's one thing I never understand is like, you see that a lot with, I'm sure I guess it's both ways, but I've only heard it from the man's perspective, or Infidel Custom.
Mm-hmm.
Has mentioned before, like, abuse from the man who was with his ex. Mm-hmm. And, like, there's allegations thrown around. Mother just doesn't seem to give a shit.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, man.
If the roles are reversed, you're going to give a shit, right?
Oh, most definitely.
Probably get to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Most definitely get to the bottom of it. But the thing, this
is the highest level of hell.
Yeah.
It might be one level below purgatory. Like, we might get to purgatory next time.
Because we live in some sort of fucked up world where, like, little girls have to they have to go and stay with their abusers.
It's fucked up.
You know, and it's just not little girls. There's little boys, too.
Yeah. Makes my palms sweaty.
I bet you it does.
Kind of like, cut that out. It's heavy.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think we deserve? What do you think we did to deserve this, Rome?
Oh, I did something fucked up.
Do you know what it was?
No, I have no clue. But I know it was something fucked up. That's why I've been giving I've really, like, my ability to attain material wealth is I believe kept at a certain level for a reason. Because I don't know what I would do if I had infinite amounts of money.
Prove us wrong by heading over to patreon.com/bumps.
I mean, like, I'm not saying, I feel like it wouldn't affect me, but I can't say that. That's an unknown variable.
You're riding around in a limo and it breaks down and some dude helps you and you're like, oh, take us to the car wash and get this poor person's handprints off my car.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope I don't act like that.
No, hopefully not.
But, you know, that's an unknown variable. You don't know. I don't think people should have immeasurable amounts of wealth.
I think I'd be sleeping in a lot. I'd be sleeping in like one of those villas that overlooks the ocean.
I'll never, if I was like that rich.
Yeah.
Even rich, like in the fact, like say, like, if you go over to patreon.com/bones-and-tubs and made us be able to, like, quit our day jobs and just do this all the time, like, I don't think I'd, for the most part, ever set an alarm for the rest of my life.
I would probably get up early sometimes. I like to go hiking. I'm sure that type of freedom where you're not tied down to a 9-to-5 bullshit factory of sadness job, you could actually enjoy content creation and not feel pressed for time.
Yeah, it's like I was talking to Battle Bun the other day, and I was like, I've been working a job since I was 14 years old.
Yeah.
I'll be 34 this year.
Yeah.
I was like, that's 20 years in. I'm fucking done.
I'm done with this.
You know, I just...
Plus, it's that whole argument, too, with work versus passion of labor.
Yeah.
Labor passion, rather. Or if you were doing something that was paying you in dividends for something you enjoyed doing or creating, like, I think it's a different mentality.
Yeah. I don't know. But I do know.
We also have a Venmo.
Yeah.
Cash App.
PayPal, Cash App. And I think it is about time for us to wrap up, actually.
Tell me about your book.
Oh, so I wrote a book. That was a while ago. I'm trying to not be a piece of shit and keep writing. It's called The King's Fire, Prophecy and Flame by S. James Imhoff. You can find it on Amazon, hard copy or digital.
Digital's cheaper, but he won't sign it because it's digital.
Yeah, I can't sign a digital copy. But I tell you what, if you send us your copy, hit us up in our email.
bonesandtubs@gmail.com.
We'll hit you up with an address. Send it to us. I will sign that motherfucker and send it back to you.
Right. Next week when we come back, we'll have a topic, and I won't be a lazy piece of shit who just consumed 3,600 calories.
Listen, man.
I hope you can hear me sweating through the microphone.
You got to understand.
Food.
Like, the Chinese food called to us. I'm sorry.
Meat sweats.
Yeah. I think I have the Wuhan flu now.
Get it out of the way. Got a bit of the Wu flu, do you?
It was worth it. But now, other than that, you can always hit us up on Instagram.
Instagram.com/bonesandtubs.
Hit us up in them DMs. I'm talking to people now.
Yeah.
Look who's talking now. Hey, there's a link on our homepage for our Instagram for TeePublic. Yeah. Listen, I bought myself a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And JMI5 is going to be having some new designs here soon, which I'll probably end up buying some of them too.
Yeah, for sure. His artwork is primo.
And then
I'm assuming via email, or maybe he has them on his website.
I also bought myself a new travel mug with the Bones and Tubs logo on it. Yeah. So I can bring that shit with me everywhere.
Look at it.
Look at this shit.
Check it out.
Look at this motherfucker.
Tell your fucking mom about it.
Yeah.
Because she likes conspiracies.
Then buy this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, it's better than wasting your goddamn money on some fucking bullshit.
It's fucking $20,000 cabinet on Wayfair.
Yeah.
There ain't no kids in our products, bitch.
No. Straight fucking premium Italian hand gesture shit.
As far as I know, no kids were harmed or made in the process. But kids could be made while you're wearing our clothing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could definitely...
If you wanted to send us a video, we do have a Pornhub.
You could definitely... you could Porky Pig in one of our t-shirts while you're porking.
Oh, that's right.
Go hogging.
Check out this new sweet mask I bought. My Bones and Tips t-shirt's on backwards. My boyfriend hits it from the back in Target parking lot.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how the Pornhub channel starts.
You could use the logo as target practice.
Oh, I see what you did.
Oh, yeah. We'd like to thank y'all for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. We hope you guys have a good and safe week, and we hope to see you guys next time.
Hopefully you're able to laugh and gain interest through our fucking meat sweat conversation. We love you.
We really do.
Fuck the blue line and everything they claim. The cops are the world's most dangerous gang. Most dangerous gang who will put you in chains. Fuck the blue line and everything they claim. You can lie if you want to see me. I don't need, all I need is all I have. And for that I will bleed. For those who'll take the stand, not the one in the box. Fuck the judge in this system backed up by the cops. Dirty ass henchmen pitching pennies out of pockets. If you question them at all, I pull out the rocket. Reaching in the trigger fingers been on the ready. That's why the people are shaking, cause they know that they're deadly. To get promoted, to do what they need. That's why they're locked and loaded, it will put you on your knees. Nah, it don't matter your age, race, or creed. We're all considered the enemy, cause we wanna be free. It's open season and the reason ain't new. It's old as the ways that control me and you. Brat, brat, I back 'em down with the sound. Brat, brat, I back 'em down with the sound. Brat, brat, I back 'em down with the sound. Brat, brat, I back 'em down with the sound. Here's a list you piss, probably now you ain't read it. Just wait until they cuff your wrist, I bet then you'll see it. Live in your face, tell me how that mace tastes like shit. When they mix in that taser from the waist, they pack it to pull it, and they got 'em to use 'em, and you pay for it. All the new tanks and guns, new toys everywhere. They're like kids at Christmas, running downstairs with your name on the hit list. Boom, they unwrapped the box and left shells at your door. Then they broke the locks from up top. They'll strike and got you in sights. That sniper's a bitch, it will take away your life. They shoot when they want, just cowards with power, and no different than the ones who took the Jews off the showers. Oh yeah, I said it. Fuck their excuses, they're clueless and useless, and way beyond ruthless. Just jackboot thugs who get paid to obey orders to kill you or put you in a cage. If you don't think it, just do what you're told. Your conscience is dead, you don't have a soul. That's why it's easy for them to murder, rob, and steal, cause they're already dead, nah, they can't feel. Brat, brat, I back 'em down with the sound. Brat, brat, I back 'em down with the sound. Brat, brat, I back 'em down with the sound. Brat, brat, I back 'em down with the sound. Fuck the blue bond and everything they claim. The cops are the world's most dangerous gang. Most dangerous gang who will put you in chains. Fuck the blue bond and everything they claim. Fuck the blue bond and everything they claim. The cops are the world's most dangerous gang. Most dangerous gang who will put you in chains. Fuck the blue bond and everything they claim.